Hi, everybody. It's Tara with Vacations by Tara, and I'm here with Carlos, who is my sales contact at my favorite resort, um, Hotel Xcaret. If you follow me on social media, if you know me personally, you know that I can't stop talking about it, and it's been a couple of years since I've been there. It was my husband's first all-inclusive, my youngest daughter's first all-inclusive. I took a small group, and my husband didn't want to go to Mexico, frankly. He just didn't want to go. And I kept showing him pictures of Xcaret and saying, we should try it. And now the Cancun area is his happy place. He loves it there. He can't wait to go back to Xcaret. We've been to a couple of other resorts since, and I've been to more than he has. But he can't stop talking about it. So, Carlos, when I was there was only Hotel Xcaret Mexico.
Yes.
And they were building a property next door that nobody had a lot of information about. So, can you tell us about now you have three
Yes, we do.
properties?
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, you every time you turn the corner walking the property. So, there's so much to do, and we'll talk about that later. Every time you turn the corner on the property, it's my new favorite place, and it's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. Well, you were mentioning it was your daughter and your husband's first all-inclusive resort. Well, it's not an all-inclusive, it's an all-fun inclusive.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, we have everything included when you stay with us. We have a transportation, you have all the parks and tours that Grupo Xcaret owns and manage, and we have our beautiful three hotels. It is a unique concept here in Cancun area and the Mexican Caribbean. The all fun inclusive, only Grupo Xcaret, only Hoteles Xcaret has it, sorry. And our you stayed in Hotel Xcaret Mexico, but we now have two more properties. We have Hotel Xcaret Arte, which is focused on Mexican art. We want you to be the artist here in our hotel. We have some amazing workshops, some happenings all around the resort. Maybe you'll be swimming, drinking pina colada in the pool, and then you see a ballet dancer dancing around the pool, or some guy doing some paintings on the floor. I mean, amazing way to live and experience the Mexican art. We have some workshops, as I mentioned. We have the pottery workshop. We have a knitting workshop. We have a dance workshop. I mean, lots of things to do there. And recently, last December, we just opened our newest hotel, our boutique hotel, which is La Casa De La Playa,
Mhm.
which is the house on the beach. And that's the name. It comes because we want you to feel at home. It is like your beach house. I mean, like you wake up in the middle of the night and you're craving for a sandwich. You can just go to the restaurant and have someone to prepare you a sandwich. You can be there at the kitchen, seeing how they prepare the meal for you. We have a wine cellar, an amazing wine cellar there. So you can go to the wine cellar, just take 3, 4 bottles of wine and have the wine right there, or take the bottles to your room. All Mexican wines, amazing wine, amazing location. This hotel, Casa de la Playa, it's important to mention that it's a boutique hotel. It has only 63 suites, all beachfront. So amazing view. You have a butler service, the all inclusive. I mean, amazing experience.
And with La Casa de La Playa, you get private transportation to the parks and the other things that we're talking about, correct?
Yes, we have private transportation from the airport to the hotel, and private transportation from the hotel to all of our experiences. We have some luxury cars for this service. It could be a Tesla or a Mercedes.
Hmm.
I mean, we have these options for our clients. It is a very unique experience, very exclusive experience, if you could say
Yes.
so.
I have seen videos and people discussing some of the exclusive experiences, and we'll talk more about those later, but it looks amazing. I can't wait to go try it.
Yeah, you should.
So you were talking about transportation. One of the great things about Xcaret is It is. You walk out of the doors at the Cancun airport, and there's the people in the hot pink shirts
Yes.
with the sign.
Very
And
flashy.
yes, it's very easy to find, and they take you right to a bus like this or very similar. It's a very comfortable
Yeah.
bus. Wi-Fi's on the bus. And from that moment, they're taking care of you. I mean, I have a lot of guests that are a little nervous about coming to Mexico.
Yeah.
And and it is a little, you have to admit, coming out of the Cancun airport
Hmm.
and seeing all the transportation options, it's
Yeah.
very overwhelming.
Yes, it is.
And this was my first time I took a group any place.
Okay.
So there were several of us, and I was in charge, of course. um, and it was a little, and I knew what to expect. So for people who don't really know what to expect, you walk out, and there's, would you say, a couple hundred people?
Yeah, yelling at you like, "Hey, how come here? Come here! Transportation, transportation!" Yeah,
Yep. But all with Xcaret, all you have to do is find the pink shirts.
and
They
then you
take
set it
very
up.
good care of you. They take you and there's a lounge at at the new terminal now. So
Yeah.
you can go straight to the lounge. You can start with a drink, have a glass of water, nice, beautiful lounge. But they take care of you from that moment, and you never feel lost. So I appreciated that a lot. So, and then with the La Casa de Playa, it's going to be a private transfer.
Yeah.
They do have some nice cars.
Yeah.
I've seen those too.
Because you know what? I mean, you've experienced our service, and you know how we take care of service and quality of the service and guest experience. So we want all of our guests, all of our travelers to experience that from the moment they arrive. So that's why we want to we offer our own transportation so they can leave the service our service right at the moment they arrive.
Right.
That's why we offer this transportation to our resort.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, this is one of my first views of the resort. And one of the other things that attracted me to Xcaret was the sustainability.
Yes.
And, they really believe in being ecologically responsible. So instead of having plastic water bottles in your room that are refilled, you have glass bottles and glasses. So that's one of the reasons why I, especially at this resort, recommend people take a travel cup with you or purchase one once you get there because they're beautiful. And that way you can fill up your water for the day. But there were no straws.
Yeah, we have our own treatment water plant there at the resort, and we will also recommend you can get a glass or some of the gift shop,
Mhm.
or you can get a mug like this. It's a
Yes.
beautiful mug from Xcaret Arte. And you can refill your drinks, your coffee, everything all around the resort.
Your margaritas.
Amazing. Oh, that's one thing that I would like to focus on the quality of the drinks. I mean, I've been to lots of all inclusive,
Hmm.
and I mean, I don't drink too much, but when sometimes when I drink, the next day I get a headache. When I stayed in Hotel Xcaret, the next day I was like, nothing happened. It's very good alcohol quality,
It's
amazing drinks. The mixology is amazing. We have some signature drinks, so something you need to try.
Yes, it was fun just going up and trying all of the drinks. So, and one thing that I really appreciated, of course, I knew what I was going into with booking some of the tours and the parks and the different things before we arrived. But, and I'm assuming it's still the same. When we got there, we met with concierge that
Yeah.
if you didn't have dinner reservations and if you didn't have tours booked, they helped with all of that. So that was kind of the introduction is they took you into the bar lobby. They sat you down. They talked to you about all the options if you didn't know, and they were just very helpful. It made it less overwhelming. Sometimes you get to the resort, they give you your room key, and you're done, and you don't know
Yeah.
anything about the property. So that was very helpful.
Yeah, we have an amazing guest service team. They will be helping you during your whole stay.
Mhm.
What we do now is that 1 month prior to your visit, Well, you have to contact guest service to do all the reservations for your parks and restaurants and to arrange your transportation from the airport. So you have everything set when you arrive. You don't have to make you don't have to spend time with them. I mean, you're ready to enjoy your vacation. And you have all the reservations ready for you.
Right. And that's one thing is I help my clients do because it can be a little overwhelming when you're doing it on your own, especially the first time. So we sit down and we talk about all of this before we go and have it all in place for them. So
Yeah.
here is my second impression of the resort. We walked down that walkway that you just saw, and
Yeah.
this fresh fruit cart was set up. And you just got to go over and pick what fruits you wanted. And we found this multiple places around the resort at different times. And then we ate at, remind me of the name of the restaurant by the pool.
Trajinera.
Yes.
Yes, the seafood
Um,
restaurant. Yeah.
yes. And I love ceviche. I love it. I just love it. And this was, we did find ceviche at most of the restaurants, all different varieties. It's fantastic. The seafood is great if you're a seafood lover. So, I can't recommend the food enough.
Yeah, we as Mexicans we like to brag about our food. So this is it's a different concept from the regular all inclusive. Why? Because regularly when you are in the pool restaurant in the pool area, what you find is burgers and pizzas and hot dogs. And we like to share a little bit of our food, so you will only find Mexican food, amazing Mexican food. Uh, I mean, I mean,
I, it's honestly, I've been to some other five-star resorts since.
yeah.
Um, the food is good to very good. You know, all inclusives kind of get a bad rep because the food isn't always the best at all inclusives.
Yeah.
Um, and we had some of the most incredible food ever. And then the picture that I just shared a minute ago. We went straight down to eat at this restaurant by the pool, and you can see the swim up bar is right there,
Yes.
and fantastic food. So our first impression, everybody was very thrilled with me for picking this resort.
Good job.
And then this is kind of the same view that I showed a few minutes ago, but at night. So, it's not bright lights, it's not party. It's kind of laid back and quiet in the evenings. Now, you do have some evening entertainment though, correct?
Yeah, we have a theater where you can get some entertainment while you are having some snacks and dinner,
Uh-huh.
and uh, and we have also some entertainment at the Xcaret Park, and also some happenings happening around the resort. About what you were mentioning, I mean, our hotel is that's like an Instagram hotel. Every corner that you go, it is a picture for Instagram.
Yes, and excuse me while I switch my screen here I just had to move this a little bit. There's the view at night. Here's a closer up view of the actual pool at night.
Yeah.
But it is, if you are into posting the next big thing on Instagram, I mean, you can't go very many places that are more Instagrammable than this hotel. So this is
Yeah.
another spot, just kind of hidden. You have to explore, or you're not going to find these beautiful spots like this.
Exactly. Yes, we have. I mean, we have a pool, we have a beach, and we have a river where you can swim, you can paddle, you can kayak. I mean, you can spend the whole day doing a different activity just at the resort without having to get out of the resort.
You were mentioning the paddle boarding. Here we go.
There it is.
So there's the lagoon, and the river. So you have a beach at the little lagoon area, and then an actual beach out by the
Yeah.
ocean. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of flip through some of these pictures. I have food pictures because it's fantastic. But this was our balcony. They
Nice.
all have hammocks on the balcony. The balconies are incredibly comfortable, the seating out there. And then this is the spiral church. So it's a big
Yes.
spiral. You walk up to it. It's a church at the top.
Yes, you can get married there too.
Yes. We were so busy the whole time. We didn't even have time to walk up there. So, desserts, my husband says we travel on our stomachs. So there's some desserts. Um, Tableside guacamole. You can add crickets if you like. Nobody else at the table with me wanted crickets in theirs. So next time I go, I'm going to get my own because I will eat crickets.
And they're just salty and crunchy. It
Yeah.
doesn't taste.
Well, I was the only one that ate them on, and you'll have to correct me. We'll talk about this tour again in a minute, but Shomoshilko?
Xochimilco.
Yeah, that one. I just did that in January.
That was amazing.
So much fun.
Yes.
So much fun. We'll talk about tequila when we get there. This is one of the pop-ups that they occasionally have down by the pool. So it's not hamburgers and hot dogs. That's all seafood.
Yeah.
There were a few other things too, a few other options, but you're talking about poolside food. That's some days that is set up down by the pool.
Because you know what I mean, the Hotel Xcaret Mexico is an homage to Mexico, to the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
And this type of things you will find them, for example, in Mexico City, where you walk in the market and you will see the guy selling the seafood or tacos right in the middle of the street, and then you eat standing up. I mean, that's what we want to show to all of our guests.
Right. It was fantastic. And, we were just discussing before I started recording that Carlos is in the Cancun area. It's very hot right now. It is hot. It's just hot. But one day it was rainy and got kind of cool. So we came back to the resort from Explore, and this was set up in the lobby. They're making what I like to call special coffees. So they put on a whole little show. I didn't include one of the videos, but they flame the coffees, and they had Kahlua. They had this blue bottle here is what's you know what that is, don't you, Carlos?
I don't know what that is.
It's tequila cream.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
So they had all of the normal special coffee flavors that you like. I believe they might have had hot chocolate too for the children.
Yeah, they did.
And they would, do the flaming and put on it was phenomenal. It was great. And we really appreciate it because we had been at Explore in the caves, so we were chilly with the rain and everything. This was at breakfast one day in the buffet. People, this is the buffet. People tell me they don't like buffets all the time. You don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So these ladies, they weren't set up there every day. Sometimes they were there for breakfast. Sometimes they were there for lunch. Sometimes they were there for dinner. The buffet changed every single day. You're not getting the same things, but they were sitting there making some fresh tortillas.
Yeah, there's nothing like eating fresh handmade tortillas in the morning.
Yeah.
With your eggs and your coffee. Amazing.
It was so good. And then this is actually, so almost all of the restaurants had a little buffet area.
Yes.
So it might not be full on buffet, but this is Las Cuevas.
Las Cuevas. Yeah, that's one of my favorite restaurants. I mean, I'm a meat lover, so
yes,
that's one of my favorites.
It's an Argentinian steakhouse style, but they had a buffet that had a bunch of seafood on it, salads, side dishes. We didn't plan well, and we almost ate too much here instead of waiting for the stuff to come around to the table.
Yeah.
Back to breakfast. This is the alcoholic portion of breakfast. So here we have the mimosa part, and I'm not sure what was over on the other side that day, but it looks like it might have been the Bloody Mary bar. So most days,
it looks like.
Most days we had the Bloody Mary bar with tequila and vodka. And then you have the mimosa bar with different fruit juices and different fruits, and you just had a lot of different options to make your own. And Carlos, you're going to break my heart if you tell me they don't do this anymore. Do we still have seafood night at the buffet?
We still do that. Yes.
My husband walked in and saw those Alaskan king crab legs on that buffet and just about fell down. And they also had lobsters that it wasn't they cut the lobster tails in sections and then grilled them. They were amazing. Oh, and can you tell I really like the Bloody Mary part of breakfast? And then this was an appetizer we got at La Playa.
Oh, Las Playas, yes.
Yes. So this is just one of the seafood appetizers we got there. As you can tell, Maya, I think you can see Maya here. I think it was very hot in there that night, and she was done. She does not look too happy in that picture. But again, they have kayaks and paddle boards around the river and lagoon. And then this is the beach part by the river, lagoon area.
Yes.
And you talk about making people upset on Instagram. This is the place to be.
Yes, it is. And you know what? When you're young and you go to all inclusive, you wanna party all day and keep going till 3 a.m. in the morning. When you stay with us, I mean, I was there with my mom, and it was like 9 p.m. and we're like, I want to sleep. Yeah, we're so tired of doing so much.
It is. So, and that leads us perfectly into my next slides, because most all-inclusive have some things included. They might have snorkeling equipment. They might have some non-motorized water sports. They probably have some activities planned around the resort, but not you all. So we were there for 6 days. We never spent one day at the resort.
Okay.
And I regret that greatly. Because there's too much fun to be had. So I'll just show some pictures and we can talk about each one of these. I didn't even get to go to all of the things.
Yeah, no, we have 11 parks and tours, so.
Yeah, so, and you've added some since I was there. So this is the floating fiesta that we were talking about before, and pronounce it again for me.
Xochimilco.
Xochimilco. Okay,
yes,
so I can never say that correctly. And this is our 21-year-old daughter. We took her to her first all-inclusive that was not Xcaret. But we took her on a tour, and we decided to do this one. When you get on their little barges.
We're not seeing the picture.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm looking at it. I don't know what you guys are looking at. So this is our daughter. And you're on these small boats with probably around
20 people per boat.
Yeah. And you might not, it might not be full. Our boat wasn't full that night. And this was our guide on the boat. So they if you're not staying at Xcaret, and you should, they come and pick you up in the Xcaret bus to do this tour. So you can book all of these separately from staying at the parks. Yeah. But if you at the resorts, if you stay at the resorts, everything we're going to talk about next is included.
Yes, it is.
So this is included. This is up close to the Cancun airport. And can you explain the history of this? Why you're out on boats?
Well, there is a town in Mexico City that is called Xochimilco. And this is an homage to that town, where you will find these little boats that we call trajineras, or just Mexican gondolas. And once you're on the boat, you'll get some sample tasting menu from Mexican food. You get an open bar. You get tequila, rum, vodka, some fresh water, some sodas, and you have the guide with you the whole time, doing some games and telling some stories about Mexico, and it is just about party, and party. I mean, you know how we like to party in Mexico. So,
so we were on the boat with mostly people from Mexico and a couple from Costa Rica. And let's say by the end of the evening, everybody that was quiet at the beginning was very chatty. Our daughter, on weekends, my husband and I might have margarita's our drink of choice. He likes beer too, but we might have one or two beers or one or two. He might have one or two beers or two margaritas. I might have one or two Friday and Saturday. We don't drink a whole lot at my house. At one point, Natalie turned around and we were doing shots straight out of the bottle.
Yeah, well, this experience. It works a lot for bachelor and bachelorette
Mhm.
parties. If you're having I don't know, for those who are in the MICE area, if you have a convention or something and you want to do an ice-breaking activity or some activity at the end of the of all your activities, this is one for you.
Yes, this is it. And the boats, they go around and then they tie up to different. You can see this one. We're all tied up to this boat because there's mariachi on there. And so they had mariachi from different regions of Mexico. So we got to experience different types of mariachi. It was some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. We had a fantastic time. I recommend it to everybody now. So that's just one of the things.
Yes,
So the next one, you know what this one is.
that's Tulum.
That's Tulum. We did Shell Ha with a tour of Tulum in the morning.
Yeah.
So, Maya had never snorkeled before.
Okay.
And as you can see, this is one of the selfie stations, and around the resort and in all of the parks, they have these selfie stations.
Shelfies with X.
Yes, with an X. And you scan your wristband and then it takes photos of you. So you don't even have to have your phones on you. Everybody gets in the picture and then you can buy the package. It's kind of awesome. But we wanted to do this one and Maya's like, no, I'm not taking this mask off again. And so she got out, she got right back in, and we couldn't get her out. But the first part of the day was the tour of Tulum.
Yeah, we have this tour that is a Tulum Shell tour. It is a combination between the archaeological site and the Shell Park. And as you mentioned, it is you first go to the ruins to Tulum archaeological site. You do the site with a guide, and then you move to Shell. Shell is an all-inclusive park. Everything you can eat and everything you can drink.
That includes alcohol.
Yes, we have a huge inlet where you can snorkel and see lots of fish, and just relax. So you can get on a tube and just let go on the Leyte River. We have a lighthouse, 30 meters lighthouse where you go up and you have an amazing view of the Caribbean. And then, I mean, we know that you are very tired of climbing up the stairs, so we have a slide so you can go down instead of walking down the stairs.
And you get down so much more quickly than you got up.
Yes.
It was a fast slide, I have to say.
It is.
And I love to snorkel. I snorkel everywhere I go. And I have to say, for being a busy-ish, it was very good snorkeling for the middle of the day. And then they also had inflatable things with rope courses and little zip lines and some like small cliffs that you could jump off and some cenotes there. So really, you can spend a full day there very easily.
Yes, we have. I mean, you took the Tulum Shell option, but we have available only Shell, so you can spend the whole day there.
Yes. And there's, if you get tired of swimming, there's hammocks, and they do provide lockers for you to store all of your things in that you don't need. You provide the masks and the snorkels.
Yeah, we have now a new mask, which covers the whole face.
Okay.
So you don't need a tube anymore. So it's just the mask.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and so everything was provided, easy peasy. It was great. And then here is Explore. Now, Shell, the snorkeling park, that is a separate day. The bus picks you up in the morning, it brings you back in the evening. That's the only option. But Explore and a couple of the other parks, a bus runs every 20 minutes from the resort.
Yes.
And from the parks, and you can leave the resort anytime you want to. It's not scheduled. You can leave the parks anytime you want to and get on the bus and go back to the resort. So super easy. So this is the day we spent about a half a day. So tell us a little bit about Explore and
You're,
Explore Fuego.
we're not seeing your picture again.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
There it is. Well, as you mentioned, we have three parks that are in the same area that we call Xcaret Destination, which is where the hotels are. The three parks are Xcaret Park, Explore, and Explore Fuego, which is the same location, and Census. And in this case, Explore or Explore Fuego, it is a park with four main activities, which is the underground river swimming. We have some rafts, we have some ATVs, and the most amazing zip lines you will find.
The
There you go.
most amazing zip lines ever. So I have to say, this is the one that my husband chickened out on. We got to the last one here, the big one,
Yeah.
and he was like, nope. So he got to experience the ATV with a staff member.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we have one of the tallest and fastest zip lines in Mexico, and it is an amazing park if you like adventure. And we divide it in two, in Explore and Explore Fuego. What's the difference with this? Explore it's during the day from 9 to 5:30. Explore Fuego is the night version from 5:30 till 11:30 p.m. And when you go to Explore Fuego, the ambience changes a little bit. It's like you're getting into a volcano. Everything is red. We light up the water red, so it feels like you're swimming in lava.
And
And
there's fire.
yeah, there's lots of torches, fire. You go when you're in the zip line, you go through a ring of fire. And I like this the most because it is at night, so there's no sun, so there's not so much heat, not so much humidity. It is a very good experience.
And this was a good one for us to do. Like you said, it was raining one day. You're
Mm,
already going to be wet
yeah,
because you're probably going to go through the caves in some fashion. We did the swim through. Um, but you're already wet. So why we just did it in the rain. Who cares?
did you get to eat in Explore?
Did I get what?
To eat?
Yes, the food was very good there. So the
Yeah,
buffet is there. Weirdly, they don't have alcohol there. I don't know what they're
yeah.
thinking. Swimming, zip lines. They don't want people to have a lot of alcohol, but it was still the food was great. But really buffets we can't they know what they're doing. It's not your
Yes,
typical buffet food. So and then we have the next park on the circuit.
that is a Xcaret Park.
This is Xcaret Park. So tell us about this picture.
That is the Mexican cemetery. There you'll find some graveyards. I mean, you will have to use the Google Translate when you're there if you don't speak Spanish, because you will find some funny quotes on the graves. I mean, it's not an actual cemetery. There's no people buried there. Don't worry.
And it's beautiful and it really
And,
shows you what a Mexican cemetery might actually look like.
yeah.
There's also a couple of cathedrals on the property. And we learned so much, and I know this is the goal of Xcaret Park, is to learn about Mexican culture and history.
Yes, it is. Kind of like if you're in Epcot, but just focused on Mexico.
Yes, and
It-
we tell people Xcaret in general is like Disney for adults.
yeah.
Um, and we mentioned the big on conservation, sustainability. So this is the butterfly area.
Yeah, so we have a butterfly area. We have an aviary where we have different types of birds.
The aviary. Here's the aviary.
Yeah,
How
and
many?
we have a program to protect the scarlet macaw. We raise them there, and then we just set them free in nature. That's one of our programs. We have a turtle protection program too. We keep the turtles there safe, and then we free them in the ocean. So
Yes, we got to see a lot of baby turtles. This aviary was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's 3 stories. So
yes,
you start out up on the canopy and they have birds that would be native to the canopy in the jungle. And then you go to the middle area and then down to the floor. And what as my husband was trying to take this picture, one of the one of the pelicans was going after it. So this is also part of the aviary to give you an idea of just how massive it is.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very big, huge, and you have some bridges to cross, so it's very fun to do. It's not like you're going into a museum. It is a very fun way to learn
Yes.
and to experience nature.
And then what if you stay at the park, your buffet is included at if you stay at one of the resorts, your buffet is included while you're there for the day.
Yes.
And then this was our view from where we ate. This is the inlet where you can go snorkeling.
Yes.
And then and it was just gorgeous. And this was very fun. They have a Mayan village, and Maya learned how to make chocolate
Yes.
in the Mayan way. And they talked a lot about the Mayan history and how important chocolate was. And it was a great experience, again, especially if you have kids, even though that kid looks terribly bored in the background. But there's also a lazy river you can float down. So it's not just walking around a park and seeing some animals. There's activities to do.
Yeah, we have water activities. We have like the rivers, the beaches. We have some inlets where you can swim. We have some animal exhibitions. I mean, we have like the monkey area, but I mean, it's not like a zoo where they're caged. It is an open area, so the monkeys, well, they will never be there. They're running all around the park the whole time.
Well, I missed the monkeys. You know what? Primates are my favorite thing. I love monkeys. I never saw one monkey the whole time we were there.
In the morning, they are at the ticket office. They are on the roof. They are always there in the morning. I don't know why.
Because they know people are coming and sharing their food. They're smart.
Yeah, and then at lunchtime, you will find them right at their area. That's when they get there.
Okay, well, next time out, we didn't spend a whole lot of time over at Xcaret Park because, again, we were just trying to fit everything in, and it was hard.
Well, like next time you go to Xcaret, at the end of the day, we have this show that is called Xcaret México Espectacular, which is you were there. It's in this huge theater that is called Plashko Theater. It fits around 5,000 people, and we do it every day from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. It is a 2-hour show where you'll see a little bit of history in Mexico since the encounter when the Spanish people came. And then we have a second part which is some Mexican folk dances from different regions of the country. Amazing. I mean, every time I go to Xcaret and I see the show, I get a tear in my eye. So
yes, and honestly, even if you don't love performances, there are 300 people and horses and fire involved with this show.
yeah.
And it was one, I just picked this one picture because there's too many. One of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. I love performances, but I think even for people who don't love live performances like this, it's something you have to see. It talks about the Mayan culture and the Aztec, it's just pre-Hispanic up to, like you said, the music. Oh my gosh, where do you get your performers? Because
important live music.
Yes, live music. We had dueling mariachis and we had these great folk performances. Just can't say enough.
Yes.
So, and then this is part of one of the tours, and I don't know why I didn't put the main portion of this. This was a day at Chitsanutsa.
Yes.
And this was one of the cenotes that we got to see after we visited Chitsanutsa. So there's a tour to Chitsanutsa.
Yes, we have a tour to Chichen Itza. And I mean, there's lots of suppliers offering tours to Chichen Itza here in the area. But I mean, Grupo Xcaret service. So imagine that tour with the service from Grupo Xcaret. It's an amazing tour. You get to ride in this beautiful bus that'll take you to the Chichen Itza archaeological site. This bus it has two bathrooms. You have breakfast on the bus when you go to Chichen Itza. Then you arrive to the archaeological site and you get a tour guide with you get some
The
how do you say it?
earpiece. The
Yeah,
earpiece.
earpiece. And the guy is giving the explanation, so you can just walk around and hear everything on while you're doing the tour. You get an umbrella so you won't melt in the sun of Chichen Itza. You get water. We give you this bottle of water with fresh water, cold water, so you don't die.
And when you get back to the bus, there's more.
Yes, yeah, lots of water.
Yeah,
Drink water, please. And,
lots.
and and then we take you to Valladolid. There's this little town in Yucatan, and you go to La Casona. La Casona is an amazing restaurant owned by Grupo Xcaret, and we give you some Yucatan food. Some food from the region. Amazing.
The lemon soup or the lime soup.
Lime soup.
Lime soup. Oh, I'd had that one other time, and that is one of my favorite dishes from there. I just it was so good, and I was so happy that they had it. It's in this beautiful old style. It looks like you're in a home, like
Yeah.
somebody very wealthy's home.
Yeah, it used to be a very someone wealthy's home, right? It's an hacienda.
Yes. So it's a beautiful little courtyard. And that's a full day tour. So that is one you have to set aside a whole day for. Another full day tour is the Cenote Tour, which there's no pictures of me because I ended up very, very ill with a fever this day.
Ooh.
And so I have to go back just to try this because this was everyone's favorite part. I
That's
think this was the favorite tour.
that's my personal favorite too.
So you visit multiple cenotes throughout the day.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know what a cenote is, that is a sinkhole that is filled with water because what I learned on one of the tours, the Yucatan Peninsula has no rivers.
Yeah, everything's underground. And it's limestone,
So the
so
cenotes are kind of it.
yeah,
Fresh
that's all
water.
we have. And we have different types of cenotes. Some of them are like this, like a river, but some of them are underground. So when you go to this tour, to the cenotes tour, you visit four different types of cenotes. You get to do an activity on each one. You get to do the kayak, you get to do the zip line, the rappel, and just the swimming. I mean, you get a tube and you just enjoy the swimming. But the most amazing thing here for me, I mean, is the food. You get to do this glam picnic where they give you this bread with cheeses, meats, and everything. And you get to do your own sandwich like a Subway.
Uh-huh.
You get a bottle of wine or sodas, and it's an amazing experience. Why? Because you're in the middle of nature. You're in the middle of a jungle. There's not even cell phone signal, not anything. If you want to get in touch with nature and forget about receiving emails or calls or anything, this is the tour for you.
And it was incredible because I was sick in the bed the whole day. So of course they would have been texting me anyway, but they absolutely loved it. And you can tell from all of the activities and being in the water so much, you can have the lanyard with the waterproof bag on it for your phone.
Yes.
But it's hard to take pictures all this. So they do have photographers walking around. It's not just the selfie stations. They have a photographer walking around getting pictures. So
Yeah.
my husband wasn't going to purchase it. And our daughter, like I said, she was 13 at the time, and she's kind of timid and
Hmm.
doesn't like to try a lot of new things, but he got her on the water slide.
Okay.
And let me see if I can zoom in on this. I don't know if I can. The expression on her face on this water slide, Ian said, if you got that, I will buy the package.
We're not seeing the picture.
Oh, here it is.
There it is.
I mean, he got like 4 pictures of this as she comes down. It was just horrified. And do you know what she did when she landed in the water?
What?
She jumped up and she said, "I'm gonna go do that again." So we got the photo package for this, but it was some great photos, and it was great because I wasn't there to see it and I wasn't just hearing about it. So I was happy they did that.
Yeah, one important thing to mention is that you get to. I mean, here you see a picture of that. You get to get the pictures from all the parks, and you also have some pictures from the hotel. There's some shelfies at the hotel,
Yes.
and with your bracelet, you get to scan your bracelet in everywhere, and you get to take all the pictures that you want. And when you get in your room, you can see your pictures in your television, so you can see all the pictures that you've taken through your whole stay.
Yeah.
And at the end, you can get the full package for all the pictures, or just for one park. I mean, it depends on what you want at the end.
So just plan you're going to buy all of them. Because and it's nice for us because, sometimes we're the ones taking the picture when we're in the pictures. We're in a lot of the pictures now. So
Yeah.
it's kind of great. And this is the last picture. It's kind of out of order. This is the picture of the inlet at Shelha.
Yes.
So, so the parks that we didn't go to, that I have no pictures of, at the time, we've added some more. So you've got Sauvage, which is extreme adrenaline, jet boats, zip lines, rope courses, whitewater rafting.
Yes, I wouldn't say that it's extreme, and it's a very family friendly activity. It is adventurous, yes. And it shares the location with Xochimilco, so it's very close to Cancun. And as you said, we have monster trucks. You get to drive your monster trucks and go through this obstacle path.
Mm-hmm.
The raft, where you can you go on a boat with a guide, and very very fun. You have the rope course. There's some rope 4-level rope course, and you pass through these obstacles when you're on the heights. If you're afraid of heights, don't do it. And we have this jet boat that goes through the canals where you go in Xochimilco.
Mm-hmm.
But during the day, so you got to go in this jet boat. You go very very fast in these narrow canals, and then you go do some 360 spins in the canal. It's very very fun experience.
Yeah. It looked like fun. Nobody would go with me. And then we have Census Park, which is one of the 3 parks that are on the bus route from the resort.
Yes. Yeah, Census is a park, as the name says, it plays with your senses. We have in that park, I recommend to get the picture package, the photo package. Why? Because we have different optical illusions all around the park, and the cameras are placed in the right position, so you get to see that optical illusion. So that's why I highly recommend to get the photo package. And in this park, for example, we have two different circuits where you have different activities. For example, one of them is the town, which is this you see as this street from a town that goes uphill. You see some houses all around, and at the end you see a church. But it looks like you're going uphill, but you're actually going downhill. So it plays with your mind a lot.
And there's like a mudslide, and
Yeah, we have the mud river, and which is this pool full of mud, and you just get there and let it go, and like a lazy river. And then we have the river Laxin, which is a river with very salty water, where you just get in there and float immediately, and then just let it go. And that's called the spa, because you get the mud, you get the salt, and you get some steam at the end, and you get to clean your skin. And we have the Sensatorium also there, which is this tunnel where you go in. You're not allowed to go in with a watch or anything that produces light. No cell phones in there. You go barefoot, and then you walk through this tunnel, but you won't see anything. I mean, you have to close your eyes because it hurts when you open your eyes and see nothing, and you try to focus on something. It hurts, so you have to close your eyes. And then you will pass through different ecosystems. You will pass through the jungle, through the beach, through the mountains, but you won't see anything. You'll just smell and feel with your hands and your feet, and you feel a change of temperature, and you'll hear some animals around you. And I mean, awesome experience.
Yeah, if, the people that I know that went with our group really enjoyed it. And like I said, we opted to hang out at the resort for a couple of hours instead of doing that. We were tired by that point. And then I think I hit on all of the main ones that were there when I was there. You have some new things though.
Well, yeah, we have the new area that is called Xcaret Shaling with X with
Uh-huh.
and we have some new amazing vessels, some ferries that go from Cancun to Isla Mujeres. Amazing new boats. If you remember when you go to Xcaret, Mexico, it has this particular smell, the scent. It
Hmm.
smells delicious.
It smells wonderful.
Yeah, those boats, the ferries, they smell the same as the resort. I mean, it's very good. I mean, and when you stay with us at any of our hotels, you get the transportation from the hotel to Cancun, so you can get the ferry, go to Isla Mujeres. You can spend the whole day in Isla Mujeres on your own, doing all the amazing activities that Isla Mujeres has to offer. Then you go back to Cancun, and the bus will take you back to the hotel, and that's included when you stay with us. So
And if you don't know anything about Isla Mujeres, some of the most beautiful beaches ever.
yes, when you go to Isla
Beautiful.
Mujeres, yeah,
Yeah.
go to Playa Norte, amazing beach, rent a golf cart, and you can go all around the island, and it'll take an hour to go to do the whole island. So
Yeah, we did not do the whole island, but we did go to the North Beach.
mhm.
And it was beautiful. I mean, beautiful, beautiful clear water, beautiful beach. It was fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah, just gorgeous. Um, and then you have a new park too. Is that open yet?
we're not we don't have any park
Okay.
right now. But they just stay tuned on our website and our social media, and we will let you know about our
Okay.
newest
Well, it's
coming
it's
thing.
on the websites, so I wasn't sure if it was open yet or getting close, but okay.
Stay
So
tuned.
a
We'll
new
let you know.
experience coming. See, you have to keep going back because they had new things.
Yeah, almost every year we had a thing. So
So again, I would love to help anybody experience this. It is one of the most fantastic, and it's great for a group because if you're going with a group, Arte is adults only.
yes,
So you can go with an adults only group. Mexico is family friendly, but they do have
yes.
one section that is adults only.
You have two buildings that are adults only,
Oh,
which
that's
is
right, the spa building.
Casa Agua, which is the spa, and Fuego, which is the adults only.
Yes. So if you stay in Fuego, that is an adults only. That's the one with the rooftop pool.
Yes,
If you stay at Arte, there's a couple of rooftop pools over
we
there.
have four rooftops in Arte, and
Yeah.
every rooftop has its own signature drink, so you can go bar hopping through all the rooftops.
It's my kind of place. Uh, so whether you're going with adults only or if you're going as a family, you can still have an adults only area if some people want to stay there in the adults only area. And then the rooftop pool at Mexico is adults only. So it's great for groups because you have so many activities. And if
Yeah,
you have people in the group that don't want to do anything, they still have a beautiful resort to stay at.
exactly.
And then if you're people who do like to be more active, they can go off and explore and do all of these things. And 6 days was not enough, so we're working to come back.
Yeah, and
So
also important for all those that are not staying with us in our hotels. Just make sure that you can still visit all of our living other experiences, Xcaret, Xelha,
so
Xochimilco,
yes,
all of our other parks. They can still visit them.
yes, and I can book those tours for you. You'll see them, and when you hit the Cancun airport, you see Grupo Xcaret everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's all the billboards everywhere. So if you want to do any of the tours because you are staying somewhere else, we can definitely get that arranged for you too. Thank you for reminding me of that. Because I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
But I do highly recommend if you can at all stay at Xcaret, do please attempt to do it, especially if you love fine dining, you like learning more about culture of where you're visiting, experience the foods. It's just it's the best.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must when you go come to the Mexican Caribbean. You have to come. If you're not to our hotels to any of our parks,
Yeah,
you'll have the time of your life.
they
I
take very good.
guarantee.
No matter what part of it you do, they take very good care of you. So, well, Carlos, thank you very much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it. If anybody has any interest, please reach out to me, Vacations by Tara. It's tara@vacationsbytara.com. You can call me on my cell phone, which is 941-223-2438, and I will help you match you up to the right tours, which resort at Xcaret is correct for you.
Yeah.
I do advise if you do want to stay at one of the resorts, you book early
Yeah.
because it is super, super popular. And typically, if people call me just a couple months out, I cannot find availability at the resorts. So it does sell out super, super early. I found in October and summer, you're talking maybe more than 6 months probably to find
Yeah.
an opening sometimes. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, Carlos.
Thank you very much for having me. See you soon in Xcaret.
I hope so. All right.